there, welcome to Flow with Erin. I'm Erin, and today I have a healing enhanced yoga flow for you. So, when you're ready, go ahead and join me in a nice, comfortable seated position on the mat. Your hands can rest comfortably down on the knees, and I'll invite you to either close the eyes or soften the gaze as you start to connect with the breath. So, take a deep inhale through the nose and sigh, exhale out the mouth. One more like that. Inhale through the nose. Sigh to let all the tension go. And just continue to breathe in and out of the nose here, lengthening your breath pattern from its normal rhythm. So long inhales and exhales of 4, 5, or 6 counts. To really arrive in this space, calm the nervous system, and prepare for this practice. And no matter what your day has been so far, maybe it's been busy, productive, challenging, exciting, just take a few moments to really be present here and focus on your practice and right now. So not carrying any of that into this next hour. I'll remind everyone that I will offer a lot of different options and invitations, and you are always welcome to do what feels best in your body or choose rest at any time. So don't forget that as we prepare to practice today. Take one more final deep inhale through the nose, and exhale, let it go. And you can go ahead and open the eyes as we prepare to move. So we're going to continue with those long inhales and exhales, and this time add a little bit of gentle movement. So we're going to do some seated cat and cow. So on your inhale, we're going to press the chest forward, arching the back. And then on your exhale, we will round the back. Belly button comes into the spine. So inhale for a seated cow. Exhale, round the back for seated cat. And continue to flow in this with your own breath. Just moving slowly in the spine, so feeling the spine go one vertebrae at a time as you make these little gentle movements with your inhales and exhales. Do a couple more just like that. Good. And then after your last exhale, go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. We're going to release in the neck. So on your inhale, you're going to bring the right ear down to the right shoulder. Exhale to roll the chin down to chest gently. And then on your next inhale, we'll bring the left ear to left shoulder. And just continue that with your breath pattern. So exhale, your chin comes down to chest, feeling that stretch in the neck. And then right ear to right shoulder. So continue to go back and forth, feeling that nice lengthening in the neck. This should feel really good. And we're not forcing or cranking here. We're just gently moving from side to side, feeling that stretch in the neck. And I'll invite you, if it feels good for you, to take a couple full rotations each way. Again, we're not cracking or cranking in the neck. This is really gentle movements. Slowly making circles with the nose, and then go ahead and reverse the circle for a couple in the other direction. And then when you're done, come back to center. We're going to do some side stretches. So take your right hand and place it down on the ground for support, and your left hand is going to reach up and over on your next inhale. So inhale to reach, and then exhale to sink deeper into the stretch. So you should feel a nice opening in that left side body, a nice stretch. Feel that left arm reaching towards the other wall. And then bring it back up through center, and we'll switch to the other side. So left hand goes down. Your right hand reaches all the way up and over, feeling that opening in the right side body. Take a few deep breaths in and out here. Breathing into that space, lengthening a little bit more. So you should feel a long spine here and a nice lengthening from that right hip all the way to the right fingertips. Good. And then bring it back up through center, and we're going to take some gentle seated twists next. So take your left hand over to your right knee, Your right hand will come just behind your bottom, just for a little bit of support here. And on your inhale, press up, finding a really long, tall spine. And then on your exhale, we gently twist the belly button, ribs, heart, and head. Come all the way over to the right, and your gaze can look over your right shoulder. Take a few deep breaths in and out here. Again, this should be gentle, so if you feel any kind of pinching or pain or anything, just come back out of it gently. We're not trying to twist as deep as we can. We're just trying to feel this nice long spine and a good stretch here. So only as far as is comfortable for you that allows you to still breathe. And then go ahead and come back through center, and we'll switch to the other side. So right hand comes to your left knee. Your left hand will come on the ground behind you for support. And on your inhale, lengthen. So sit up nice and tall with a long spine here. And then on your exhale, we'll slowly and gently twist the belly button, ribs, heart, and head over to the left. Your gaze comes over the left shoulder as you breathe in and out for a few breaths here. And this nice gentle twist. Good. One more breath in and out. And then bring it back to center. I'm going to use a strap for this next one. You can do this without the strap, reaching your arms for each other. But if you have a strap and you'd like to use it, go ahead and take it in the right hand. We're going to reach the right hand up and overhead, so your strap will fall in either side of the hand. And then find this nice long spine here. And then go ahead and bend in your right elbow, and we're going to reach the hands on the strap. So I'll turn so you can see. So we're reaching hands towards each other as we try to grab hands, but I'm using the strap here for support. So my hands, you can see, they can't quite reach each other. That's okay. That's what we use the strap for. So we're just reaching opposite hands toward each other here with a nice tall spine. This is really good for opening in the upper body. So you should feel this stretch through the chest, the upper back. Just breathing in and out here. Good. And then go ahead and release the left hand. You can bring the right arm up, and we'll switch to the left. So go ahead and take the strap in the left hand. And you can bend that left elbow. So my left hand is reaching down, and I'm going to reach back behind me with the right hand. And try to creep those hands in towards each other. So both elbows are bent. We're reaching hands towards each other. So left hand is reaching down the back, right hand is reaching up the back, and we're using the strap to just pull them in gently towards each other. So opening up in the chest here, really good stretch in the upper back. Take a few deep breaths here. This is really good if you sit for long periods of time. So if you sit at a computer all day or maybe drive a lot, this is really helpful to stretch in this upper body. Good. Go ahead and release the right arm. And then you can go ahead and let go of the strap, toss it to the side. We'll use it later. And we're going to go ahead and reach the arms all the way up and overhead. And then bring them back down and come in for a little hug to counter. This should feel really good. And then release, and we're going to move into tabletop position. So go ahead and meet me there. And before we start to move here, we're going to find our foundation. So your wrists should come directly below the shoulders. Knees are below the hips. Melt your chest a little bit towards the mat so that you're not rounding in the upper back. And then squeeze your belly button in towards the spine, engaging that core. So you should have a nice flat tabletop back here. You can rock front to back and side to side a little just to make sure that you have an even weight distribution between all four corners. And then once you've found that nice sweet spot, you can go ahead and start to move through some cow and cat in tabletop. So inhale, the belly drops, tailbone goes up, look forward for cow. And then exhale, you're pressing through the mat with your hands, your back rounds and your belly button comes in for cat. Inhale, look forward for cow. And then exhale, rounding the back, pressing through the hands for cat. Continue a few more of these with your own breath. And I want you to pay really close attention to what's happening with your tailbone. So try leading with your tailbone. When your back arches, your tailbone's going down. And when you're looking forward for cow, your tailbone's going up. So try to see what happens when you lead from that tailbone. Notice how all of the vertebrae of the spine follow. Good. A couple more like this. And then after your next exhale, go ahead and come back to a neutral spine. We're going to thread the needle here, so go ahead and start by planting the left hand in the center of your mat. And we're going to start out by just taking a nice big stretch up with the right arm, just feeling that opening in the chest, that little twist here. And we're going to thread it through 3 times before we land on the ground. So inhale to lengthen, exhale, reach through. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, reach your right arm all the way under the left. And then last time, we'll inhale, reach as tall as you can. And then exhale, your whole right arm and shoulder comes all the way down to the mat. Your right cheek can press into the mat as well. And if you'd like a little more, you can reach that left arm forward with taking a few deep inhales and exhales. And with each breath out, try to melt your upper body into the ground a little more, feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. So inhale, exhale to let it go, and release a little bit more into the stretch. One more. Good. And then go ahead and use your left hand to press back up. And we're going to switch to the other side. So plant the right hand in the middle. And we'll go ahead and reach the left arm all the way up, feeling that nice opening stretch. And then exhale to thread it through. Inhale, left arm comes up to the sky. Exhale, your left arm reaches under the right. And then last one, big stretch up with the left. And then on your last one, go ahead and thread it all the way through. Your left arm and shoulder and cheek all come down to the mat. And you can reach that right arm out front if you'd like a little bit deeper. And just breathe in and out here, letting your shoulders expand and melting into the ground a little bit more with each exhale. So feel your body release into the ground every time you breathe out. Using gravity to go deeper into this stretch here. Good. And then we'll use the strength in the right arm and hand to press back up to neutral tabletop. Go ahead and find that alignment again, your good tabletop alignment. So take a moment to do that. And then we're going to want to make sure to check our weight distribution again because we're going to do some bird dogs. So find that even weight distribution one more time. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take the right arm out front and the left arm will reach back, or the left leg will reach back. So right arm is out front, left leg is back. And before you lift anything off the ground here, just move a little bit front to back, side to side to find that alignment. So making sure that you're not crashing into the left hand more or the right knee more. We're really even weight. And you can try to square those hips by engaging in your core. So use the strength in your core muscles here to straighten. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and gently lift everything up and off the ground. And we're reaching towards opposite sides of the room here. So we're not lifting up, we're reaching towards the wall. So everything should be in alignment with the spine. Just breathing in and out here. Good, and then this may be enough for you, but if you'd like to add a few bird dog crunches, you can. So inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee and elbow come together. 2 more, inhale, find length. Exhale, elbow to knee. And last one, really stretch it out long. And then exhale, elbow and knee come together. And then finally come back down to tabletop. You can shake it out here if you need to before we prepare for the other side. So rocking back and forth, seeing how that feels after we've done the one side. So notice if you're feeling any sensations anywhere, feeling any unevenness, we're going to even it out by doing the other side. So when you're ready, from that neutral tabletop, we'll go ahead and reach the left arm out forward and the right foot comes back. And go ahead and find your alignment here first. So square the hips towards the front, drawing that core in, so engaging in those core muscles for stability. And when you're ready, go ahead and gently lift everything up off the mat and take a couple deep breaths here, just feeling what this feels like. Maybe rock a little bit if you need to adjust your weight distribution, if you feel like you're crashing into either corner. And this may be fine for you. You're welcome to stay here, but if you'd like to add a little bit more, on your inhale, you can lengthen and reach, and then exhale to crunch in elbow to knee. Inhale to reach, exhale to crunch. Last one, reach for opposite sides of the mat, and then crunch in elbow to knee one last time before we bring it back down. And then go ahead and take the knees wide, the big toes come together, and rest for just a moment in child's pose. Just letting everything melt into the mat. Those are really good for building core strength. You may be feeling a little heat by now, that's good. So just rest here for just a moment. Releasing everything into the ground. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and come back up to tabletop. And we're going to start with a low lunge. So from this neutral tabletop, we're going to step the right foot forward. So your right foot comes in between your hands. And I'm going to use some blocks here for stability. You're welcome to use blocks if you have them, or feel free to just reach down for the mat. But I feel like this helps me to stay light on the hand, so I'm not crashing down into my wrist. So feel free to use this if you'd like to. And if you're feeling like you need some more stability here, curl the back toe. So the left toe can be curled, and you should be hugging those legs in strong towards the midline. So engaging in your core here, you should be able to come up off the hands. So they're just resting here gently for support. And take a couple deep breaths in and out here in this lunge, just feeling this opening in the hips. Make adjustments if you need to, so your knee should be above the ankle, not tracking past it. Good. And then after your next breath, we're going to point the right toe towards the ceiling as we flex the foot and straighten that front leg for half split. And you notice I'm not sitting down on my back heel here. I'm staying high in the hips. I'm really just stretching through that right hamstring here. This should feel really good. Take a couple deep breaths in and out here. Feel free to fold a little bit deeper if you'd like to take that stretch a little further, or keep it up high. This may be enough for you if you're tight in the hamstrings. Good, and then we're going to flow it out a little bit here. So on your next inhale, we're going to put the foot back down and come back into our lunge. And then exhale to fold over the leg as you flex that right foot. So inhale to lunge. Exhale, half split. Do a few more of these with your own breath. This should feel really good. This is really good for mobility. If you ever experience any sciatica, where my runner is at, this can be helpful for that. Just flowing back and forth between this hip opening and hamstring release. Really good for the low back as well. Good, and then when you're complete, go ahead and roll back onto that foot. We're going to step the right foot and knee back into our tabletop, and we're going to switch to the left side. So left foot comes forward here, and let's find our lunge foundation first. So make sure the left knee is over the left ankle. You're welcome to use blocks for support here, but you should be light on the fingers. So you should be using the strength in those legs and squeezing in towards the midline. These are just here for support, whether your hands are on blocks or on the ground. And then feel free to curl that right back toe under for stability. If you're having trouble with balance, that can help a little bit. So breathe in and out here, a few breaths first before we do anything. We're going to really feel that opening in the hips as you sink into this low lunge. So breathe in and out, sinking a little deeper with each exhale, just a teeny bit. Good. And then go ahead and flex that left foot, pointing that toe up towards the ceiling, and feel that nice hamstring stretch with a half split. Option here to fold over if you would like. So take a couple deep breaths in and out, feeling in this stretch before we flow. Maybe folding deeper with each exhale if you would like. Good. And then next inhale, you're going to lunge forward. And then exhale for half split, flexing that left foot. Continue this with your own breath. And now you can count and do the same exact number that you did on the first side. Just kidding. If you weren't counting, just continue to do this with your own breath until it feels even on both sides. We'll do a few more here. Good. And then after your last half split, we'll come back onto that left foot. You can lose the blocks if you'd like. And we're going to step the leg back through our tabletop. And then we're going to find a puppy pose. So keeping our hips high, we're just going to sink our chest down into the mat. And you can use some blocks here for support as well. So if you can't quite reach your forehead down to the ground, you can bring the ground up to you using a block. Or if you want to block under the chest so you can feel that chest melting in towards the ground, that's fine as well. Just stretching the arms forward, keeping the hips high, feeling that nice release in the upper body. This should feel really good. Take a couple more deep breaths in and out in puppy pose. You can feel free to wag the tail a little bit, find some gentle movement. And then when you're ready, we'll come back up through tabletop. We're going to curl our toes under and then press the hips all the way up for downward facing dog. And take a couple minutes just to play here. So you can try bending one knee while straightening the other, and then switch to the other side. So walking your dog, pedaling it out. You can take some gentle movement side to side with the hips if that feels good. Try to see what happens when you press your chest back towards the thighs, really lengthening in that spine. So just play here, feeling the different sensations in downward facing dog. Or find stillness if that feels good for you today. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and lift the right leg up to hip height. And then go ahead and step it forward. We're going to start by finding our high lunge. So find that lunge first. Your legs should be pretty far across the mat, hugging them in towards the midline. And then on our next breath, we're going to pivot the back foot. So your back foot is now parallel to the back of the mat. Your feet are in line with each other, like as if you're standing on a balance beam. And you're going to reach your arms towards opposite edges of the mat, finding warrior two. So pretend like you are in between two panes of glass here. So your body should be facing the side of the mat. You're reaching, and then your gaze looks at your front right fingertips. For a really strong warrior two. Good, and then we'll reach those right fingertips forward, flip the palm, and then slowly bring that right arm up and over as you reach your left arm down your left leg for reverse warrior. Couple deep breaths in and out here. Good. And then bring it back up through warrior two. And we're going to find an extended side angle. So feel free to use a block here if you'd like, or you can use your knee. We're going to bring your right elbow down to the right leg or your right hand down to the block here for support. You're still bending into that front right knee. And we're just going to lift the left arm all the way up to the sky. And then if you'd like to reach it up and over towards the front edge of your mat, to feel that nice stretch in the side body, you can. Breathing into the stretch. Good. And then bring it back up through your warrior two. We're going to windmill the arms down to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. So we're here in plank, or you can bring the knees down if plank doesn't feel good for you. And we're going to take a little flow. So feel free to flow with me, or just we're going to meet in downward facing dog. So go ahead and flow it out. Chaturanga down to the mat. Inhale, lift for cobra, and then exhale to release. Inhale to press up through plank or tabletop and up through to downward facing dog. Take a couple deep breaths here, just noticing how you're feeling after that. I'm going to flip back around again so you guys can see. So breathing in and out. Are you feeling any heat yet? Is there any information your body's giving you? All right, and then when you're ready, go ahead and lift the left leg up. And then we're going to step it up towards the front of the mat. So left foot comes between the hands. And we're going to rise up first for that high lunge. And then open up towards the side so your right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. You're still bending in that left front knee, and you're reaching towards opposite corners of the mat for warrior two. Good. Reach forward and flip the left hand and bring your left arm all the way up and over, reaching your right hand down the right leg for reverse warrior. Couple breaths here. And then we'll bring it back through warrior two, and we're going to do an extended side angle on this side. So either bringing the left elbow down to the leg or grabbing onto a block if that feels good for you. We'll reach the right arm all the way up to the sky, bending still into that left knee. Make sure you haven't lost that warrior two stance in your legs. And then if you'd like, you can extend forward towards the front of the mat, feeling that opening in the side body. Good. Come back up. We're going to windmill the arms down, and we're going to take one last little flow, but instead of meeting in down dog, we'll meet in child's pose. So if you'd like to flow, go from plank, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale down, and then come back up through tabletop and rest in your child's pose. Just taking a few deep breaths in and out here. I'm definitely feeling the heat at this point, so take a good little rest, breathing in and out. Just noticing how you feel after that little flow. And feel free to take any modifications that you need. So skip the flow, just meet back in down dog or child's pose. Anytime you need a rest, you're welcome to do that. A couple more deep breaths in and out in child's pose. And then when you're ready, we'll come back up through tabletop, and we're going to make our way down to our belly. So just slowly lowering down to the belly here. And we're going to start in a gentle Sphinx pose. So you should have about a 90-degree bend in the elbow. Your elbow should be directly below the shoulder here, and so your hands are coming out in front of you. Your fingertips are spread wide, so kind of like you're clawing into the hands like you do in a tabletop position. And you're just gently looking forward and pressing your chest forward, just gentle. There's no need to really force anything. Just make sure that the shoulders are down and away from the ears. You don't want them creeping up like that. So shoulders are relaxed down, this gentle back bend in Sphinx pose. Should feel really good. Good. And then after your next exhale, go ahead and lower down, and we'll bring the hands back a little bit. So hands are below the shoulders now. Your shoulders are coming back, and your elbows are hugging in towards the body. And we're going to lift 3 baby cobras. So inhale to lift up, and then exhale to lower. 2 more like that. Inhale for cobra, maybe lifting a little higher. Exhale to release. Inhale 1 more time, and then exhale. Maybe make a pillow with your hands in front, and you can rest your head gently on your pillow. Just noticing where you're feeling the heat. Is there any more awareness in the back now? Those are some nice gentle back bends, so notice how they felt. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and bring the hands back in towards the body. So hands are in towards the legs. Then we're going to do 3 variations on a locust. So on your next inhale, we're going to lift everything up that can. So your head, your chest, your arms, your feet, your legs, everything will come up off the ground, and keep your arms hugged tight into the body. So inhale to lift, and then exhale to release. This time, on the second one, we're going to do airplane arms. So just bringing the arms out a little ways from the body. See if that feels any different. So inhale to lift everything up off the ground, and then exhale to release. Last one, we're going to cactus the arms. So elbows bend and the hands come up front. Inhale to lift for locust, and then exhale. You can make that pillow with your hands again and release. Taking a couple deep breaths in and out, and just noticing how you're feeling after that. And then when you're ready, you can bring one arm forward just to roll over onto the back body. We're going to make our way onto our back to start to cool down a little bit. So if you have a strap handy, you're welcome to use it. You can also just reach with the hands for this, but we're going to do a little stretch in the hamstrings first. So bring your right foot up, maybe into a strap, and you can hold the strap with 2 hands, 1 hand around both, whatever feels best for you. We're just using this for support, or you can grab onto the leg if you don't have one, and gently pull the right leg in towards the body. So left leg is still out long. You're just gently pulling the right leg in, feeling that stretch in the hamstring. Should feel really good. And then grabbing the straps, both straps with the right hand, we can bring the left arm out long to a T, and we can slowly guide the right foot all the way down towards the ground, as much as is comfortable for you. So hold really tight into that strap, pulling in the arm, and breathing into the stretch. Nice opening in the hip here. And then bring the right leg up. We're going to switch hands. So left hand comes around the straps, your right hand comes out long to a T. And we're going to guide the right leg across to the opposite side of the body, holding onto the strap for support, so just as far as is comfortable for you. And breathe in and out here. Feeling that nice twist. Good. And then bring it back up through center. You can bring the left foot in and then take the right foot out. So right leg comes out long. Now your left leg is in the strap, and you can grab both hands or in one and just slowly breathe in and out here and bring that left leg in towards the body. So feeling you should feel a nice stretch through the leg, but particularly the hamstring should feel really good here. Breathing in and out. Good. And then grab both straps with the left hand. Your right arm comes out to a T, and we can slowly guide that left leg out towards the left. So opening up in that hip just as far as it's willing to go. And I'm noticing this side is definitely different than the other side. That's totally normal. This side feels a little tight, so I'm not able to open as far, and that's okay. Just listen to your body and do what feels best here. And then when you're ready, bring that left leg back up. We'll switch hands. So right hand comes on the strap, your left arm comes out long, and slowly guide your left leg across to the opposite side, to the right side. You're pulling on that strap for support. Breathing in and out here, feeling this nice twist. Good, and then bring it back up through center. You can go ahead and release the strap. We'll take a few windshield wipers with the knees, just releasing any tension. Feel really good. And then go ahead and bring the knees in to the body. You can rock side to side, giving yourself a little lower back massage. And then if you'd like, I'll invite you to grab onto the big toes for a happy baby. So kicking the feet up here, you can rock back and forth if that's feeling good. Maybe play here with kicking one leg out and then the other, just seeing what those stretches feel like. And then when you're complete, go ahead and bring the feet back down, and then we'll extend the legs out long. We're preparing for Shavasana, so find a nice, comfortable position lying down on the mat. Your feet fall to the sides. Your arms can come out to the sides as well. And take the biggest breath in that you've had all day. And sigh out the mouth, letting everything melt into the mat. So wiggle the hips and the shoulders a little bit. Make sure you're not holding any more tension. Check in with the jaw, the forehead. Make sure everything is feeling nice and relaxed here as we prepare to rest. This is the part of the practice where we really reap the benefits. So letting everything go after we've worked so hard. And normally I would suggest 10 minutes of Shavasana if you have it. So if you have extra time, go ahead and pause the video here and take that time for you if you would like. If you're ready to wrap up though, we'll go ahead and roll over to your side and press up to seated using the strength in your hands. Find a nice comfortable seat one more time. And notice how you're feeling, just sitting up nice and tall with a long spine here. Hopefully you're feeling a little more relaxed, a little more grounded, a little more in touch with yourself after taking this time. And on our next inhale, we'll go ahead and reach the arms up and overhead, bringing your palms together and your hands down to heart center. Thank yourself for taking this time out for you today. I know it's difficult to carve out that time, but it's so beneficial. So thank yourself, and then I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you in this practice today as well. And I will see you again next time.